smells good.
It does. I think this is our first time having just goat burgers, just like a hamburger, but with goat meat. Mm-hmm. We've used goat meat a lot in other things, but not really just burgers.
Right. So goat burgers, and I tried my hand at making our own hamburger buns today. And what do you think?
It was good. They're messy. Mm-hmm. I'll have a napkin.
I think the hamburger buns are perfect.
They are. They're very
good. Yeah. Hold on while we finish chewing.
I asked her, why didn't you film a video about this? It was the very first time she's ever done this recipe, and she wanted to make sure it worked first. We don't like posting too many things that we haven't tried first to know that, hey, this works, we like this works. We don't want to waste your time with something that doesn't work.
Yeah, or if I do something for the first time, I'm pretty clear about it right up in the front of the video to say, okay, we're in Rachel's test kitchen, we're trying something new for the first time. So, and the pickled beets have made a reappearance at the dinner table. Last year, I think we had pickled beets probably 75% of every meal. It's really one of our favorite condiments, but it's such a summer staple for us. Like grilling, cooking out, pickled beets on the side. Other garnishes we pulled out are our dill pickles, zucchini relish, which we ended up not using, our hot pepper mustard. You guys saw me filling up. This is not Heinz anymore. Hasn't been Heinz for a while. It's our own ketchup. We just reused the bottle. But we asked you guys, last week formally about questions?
Mm-hmm. Post your questions in the comments. We'll try to answer them in future videos as we sit down and have meals together. Mm-hmm. And there's still a lot more. In fact, when we wait till the last minute until our food's almost done and think, what are our questions going to be today? So we're going to have to make a list. So we scrambled through, we found some. One was, I've seen multiple times of, does Todd have a culinary background? And the answer is, yes, I do. Yep. But I've never...
Sorry.
Rachel. Never formally trained. I did not go to school for it. I do not have a degree in culinary arts. Right out of high school, one of the very first jobs that I got was a dishwasher in a restaurant like many young boys back in the day. And I quickly got promoted, and cooked professionally for 8 years, I think.
He tells me stories about the little old Sicilian lady training him, and then how many different chefs you trained under at the other location. So he worked for like our country club in town, which was Hootie Hoo back in the heyday, you know, when you're talking the 80s and 90s. And I asked him, actually, funnily, the other day, I said, we have so much organ meat from our animals, and we know organ meat's good for us. We should try making a pate and see if we can stomach it. And because I know we should get the organ meat in our diet, but we're so intimidated by it. And he said, I've made tons of pates in my culinary experience. I was like, well, we should do it. But we'll see how we end up incorporating organ meat in our diet.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty cool experience working there because being a golf course, a country club, we always shut down in the winter, like January and February, we were off. And we would show back up in March to work, and it seemed like every year when we showed up, there was a brand new executive head chef. Because the previous one had pissed somebody off, so they fired him and they hired a new one. Well, like every time they hired a new one, it was a completely different style of cooking.
Yeah.
One guy just wanted to do like French foods. Another guy wanted to do all kinds of wild game. We did pheasant and rabbit and fancy things, ice carvings, and made fruits into birds and all kinds of other things. But then the next chef would come in and we would make like,
you said like bean, kind of, right, rural southern style.
Yeah, bean and ham hock soup and fried bologna sandwiches. It was just like, I don't know, it was weird. at the time, but looking back on it was really cool because you got to learn so many different styles of cooking from different people. So
yeah. And the other story we've told similarly to this was I did not know this when I met him. And I thought I was so stinking sweet as a girlfriend, you know, like I would make him dinners to take to work or lunches and things like that. And I have like zero cooking skills compared to him. Like it's like literally bland as bland can be. He was so kind. And then when he came over to my house and cooked me dinner for the first time, you guys have seen it. It was the flames and everything in the pan. And I'm like, what? And he told me his experience. I'm like, I am never cooking for you again. So he takes the reins in the kitchen 90% of the time, only because, well, one, I think you enjoy it, right? You still enjoy cooking for the most part.
I do.
But it's always just better when he does it versus me.
You cook more than 10%.
Only sometimes.
Usually when it's whoever has the motivation or an idea, like you come up with ideas way ahead of time of like, oh, I'm going to make this today and I found this recipe for something. Whereas my cooking is usually spur of the moment. Rachel thought out some stuff, let's cook something with it. Oh, what's going on with our lighting?
Sun. We're going to start getting different sun cast in this kitchen. But anyway, thanks for the questions. We'll answer another one at the next meal maybe. And we'll see you on the next What's for Dinner.
All right.
Smells amazing, baby.
Thank you. It's another night of goat for dinner. You canned this up about a month ago? Is that
Yeah, probably about.
Basically just goat meat.
And I did some beef bouillon in it.
Yeah.
But I did it raw pack, and I did it raw pack, and it created its own juices and nice little fat cap.
Yep. 2 little packets of pre-made brown gravy mix and mushroom gravy, some onion sauteed in butter beforehand, and some garlic and some egg noodles and peas from the garden.
Yes.
Specifically, Mr. Big P from
Hoss Tools.
Hoss Tools is what you grew last year.
Yes. Which we have a discount code for Hoss Tools. It's in all of all the descriptions of our videos, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't think it's a discount code. I think if you use our code and you spend more than a certain amount of money, you get a free packet of Mr. Big P seeds.
Right. Because they're my favorite from them. Very good. I love it.
Good. I haven't tried it yet. More questions. You guys asked us a ton of questions when we asked you for some to give us topics to talk about. But give us more. Like, if there's still things you want to know that we haven't answered yet, leave them down in the description below. We got a whole bunch of them tonight. We're going to try to cruise through them fast.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Last summer, was it summer? I think we planted a whole bunch of willow trees in our back pasture, specifically in like a big semicircle for our son's wedding this year. And what happened to them? Did they grow? Are they amazing? Not so much.
So take a bite. I'll describe it. So
Okay.
we went for a walk the other day. I said, hey, people have questions on the willow trees. Let's go check them out. We never noticed any growth last year, but I could find some of the starts. And I tugged on a few of them, and they seem really, really well seeded, like rooted. Like I couldn't pull them out of the ground. And when I tried to like break them, they didn't easily break. Like they still had life in them. So I'm gonna give them this spring, see if I notice anything. And if not, then we'll just mow that spot down.
Yeah, I think the deer have been eating them too.
Right.
Deer love willow trees, and they're like this tall. So they're like little
nubs.
candy suckers sticking out of the ground for them to snack on.
Probably.
Todd's beard. What kind of product do you put on your beard? Not very much, not very often. About once a week, I'll put this Redken conditioner on it, but that's only like once a week. I don't use any beard oils, anything like that. And then maybe once a month, when I remember, I use that
Purple shampoo. Old lady shampoo.
It's like purple colored, because you get like yellow, dingy looking white hair, and the purple kind of like brightens it back up. I can't read my own handwriting. Blueberries, when's the best time of the year to plant them?
I will take this. You can have another bite.
Okay.
Blueberries. So now, well, for our area anyway, we're in southeast Michigan. Late spring. You want to preferably plant. Anytime you're talking about planting anything, hold on, I have a piece of pepper in my throat. He uses so much pepper in his cooking. So they like acidic soil. So on a pH scale of like 5, you're looking for a happy blueberry bush, 5 to 5.5. And we were fortunate that we have naturally very acidic soil. So where we planted them, it's grass basically over a sand dune. And what we did was we dug a hole and we mixed in peat moss with the natural soil. And then every spring, you'll see it back here on the table. Actually, there's a box of blueberry fertilizer, and Todd will grab it. Every spring, we give them like a quarter cup each of this blueberry mix. And you can find that in our Amazon shop. And that's it. Regarding varieties, I'd hate to say, because if you're, west side of the United States versus east side of the United States, I think that there's different preferences, whether it's low bush or high bush. And I don't even remember what varieties we grew.
One somewhere lemonade, I think.
Lemonade and a Jersey Giant or something like that.
Yeah, and we did just order some more. I think I ordered 6 more of 3 different varieties from Indiana Berry Company. We have not purchased them from them before. This was our first time. They should be here soon. We have a couple bushes in the back that are like half dead and not doing well. We're probably going to root them out, put in some new ones, and see how they do. Those ones I do know the variety, but I do not remember offhand, so you'll have to remind me to tell you. Maybe we'll film a video when we plant them out back.
Yep, sounds good. And somebody asked how soon do they produce. They'll produce, for us anyway, they produce the very first year. We might get a handful, and then every year the crop gets better and better.
I did learn that there's some blueberry varieties that will actually grow down south.
Oh, very good.
Probably in the top 5 of questions is, are you going to grow in your green stalk this year?
I think that's the number 1 question.
Yes.
I was pretty adamant, no. I was pretty adamant that it's supposed to be a year of rest. Not just rest for the land, but rest for me, a year of reflection, a year of giving of my time. And, but I was telling him, like, it really would be nice to have just a fresh tomato or a fresh cucumber or salad. So I'm kind of debating it, kind of leaning towards it. I don't know yet, to be honest with you, and I have time to decide, but it will be modest. Like herbs too, we love fresh herbs, don't we? Our basil and thyme, and like to have fresh herbs and our fresh oregano. Oh,
we have a lot preserved, but
We do.
sometimes fresh is just,
it's a
you
whole
guys,
different
I'm
thing.
sure you guys
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Another one, do we still have our boat? And we do, yes. 2, not this past summer, the summer before. Was it all in the same year? Did
All
we
in
buy
the
it? We
same
bought a
year.
little tiny boat. We bought like a 14, 15 foot little boat. It was fun. We sold that boat.
Really
and we bought a
quickly.
bigger boat. We bought it's a 30 foot Sea Ray from 1985, 86, somewhere around there. It's a little bit older. We enjoyed it our first season. The second season, last summer, we barely got to use it. It was in the shop the entire time. One of the motors was shot. It had to be rebuilt. This year, we were debating on whether or not we were going to keep it. I think
Just because last year was so frustrating, not being able to use it.
So we'll probably give it another go this year. We'll see how it goes this year. That we're going to be less busy.
Yep.
We'll see if we still enjoy it. If we don't, then maybe we'll sell it next year.
Yeah.
Do we have a favorite meal?
Okay. I'll take this first so you can have a bite.
Okay.
I have lots of favorite meals. Todd's just such a good cook that it's hard for me to pick a favorite, but I would say, like, if we had like all the time in the world for him to make me my favorite meal, it would probably be his chicken marsala. I've told you that before. It's delicious. It's so good. But I love spinach pie, which is quick and easy. I'm not sure. I love our Korean beef even. Like, that's a favorite meal. And which is so fast. What about you?
Favorites are something that's always been hard for me. If you ask me what my favorite color is, I don't know if I can tell you. What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? Favorites are hard for me. And a lot of mine are just simple things. I love pizza. I love sloppy joes. I love chili dogs. I like a really good steak.
You love pasta?
I love all kinds of pasta, spaghetti, goulash, mastacholi, lasagna, all that kinds of stuff. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite, but
If it was going to be your very last meal.
my last meal,
Your very last meal, maybe that's a good way to put it. What would you ask for?
maybe a really nice prime rib.
Okay.
A nice big cup, medium rare prime rib, some au jus on the side,
There
some
you go.
sauteed onions.
That sounds like you. Yes.
Sounds like me? All right. We have more. What's our workout routine like? Somebody asked what that was?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A couple of people, I think.
Me?
Sure.
So we go to Planet Fitness, and I don't know if they have it at all Planet Fitnesses.
I don't know either.
There's something they call like the 30-minute workout section, and it's like a little section. I think there's like 12 different machines, and then there's like these little pad things that you can step up on to do like
Step routines.
cardio step routines. And that's basically what we do. Rachel does the cardio stuff. A lot of the time I usually skip it and I just do the weights. Everything from bench presses to legs, shoulder presses, ab crunches, 12 different things basically. Once we're done with that, we usually go do core muscle stretching, flexibility type things to work uncommon muscles, I guess you would say, like hip abductors and
your back, lower back, and more ab focused.
It goes quick. It takes us about an hour. I've done it as quick as 45 minutes before. Yeah,
and usually I get done faster than him because the way that this routine works, it's like red light, green light, and you do each exercise for a minute straight, and then you have a break in between. And I like that competition factor. He likes to do it at his own pace, so I usually get through the whole thing, and then sometimes I get bored with that. So like today, I did the treadmill, then I did the elliptical, then I did the stair stepper, and then I did the bike. And by that, I was nasty, sweaty. So yeah, we have fun though. And we could do it 5 days a week. So we take Wednesday off and we take Sunday off.
We used to do it 6 days a week, but we felt like it was too much. We needed some rest. We have one more, but we've talked for a long time tonight. And this one is going to take a long time to answer. So are we good? If you guys have more questions, things you're curious about, things we haven't already answered, post them down in the comments. We'll try to address them next time we do What's for Dinner video with you guys.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.